So now we have three ear ossicles, malleus, incus and stapes. Okay, so these three ear ossicles, okay, in this, if you see the last ear ossicle, that is nothing but your stapes, it is more like a plug. Okay, if you see here, it will be like a plug. Okay, and this will be like this. So these three bones, okay, they are not attached to one another, but they'll be just, see, if I move this, it will move the other bone. If I move that, that will vibrate. So it is like interconnected, but they're not attached. There's no sutures, there's no attachment, there's no joint. But each one will go and trigger the pass on the vibrations to the other. So they'll just be in contact with each other. Okay. Now, for the divisions over here, pinna and auditory canal or external auditory meters, this comes under your outer ear. Okay, your tympanum and this tube from the ear ossicles, this tube is connected to your, that is your ENT, that is your throat. Okay, so this is connected to your throat and this tube is nothing but your eustachian tube. Okay, so eustachian tube is a tube coming from your ear ossicles and ending up in your throat, that is your food pipe. Okay, and then this part, the cochlea and the semicircular canals, these two will constitute your inner ear. So this constitutes your inner ear. Tympanum, ear ossicles, eustachian tube is coming under your middle ear. Okay, so these are the divisions or parts of your ear. Now let's see about the functions. Okay, the pinna, the outer pinna or the muscular covering which we are able to see outside, what is the function of that pinna is that they will receive all the auditory signals and they will divert the auditory signals into your narrow tube, that is nothing but your auditory meters or auditory canal. Okay, so they receive all the signals and they'll direct it into your auditory canal. Here you have tiny hair in auditory canal and also there is a production of wax here. Okay, so wax is secreted for so that there aren't any microbes entering or harmful bacteria entering. Okay, so the ear wax is called as, okay, cerumen. So ear wax is called as cerumen. So wax secretion is there and you have tiny hair-like structures to filter the air. Okay, there should not be any harmful microbes entering. So to filter it, you have wax and you have cerumen. So coming to your middle ear, this tympanum acts like an amplifier. Okay, so this is just a membranous layer. Okay, so whenever you use your earbuds, the region where you're going and touching is your eardrum, tympanum or eardrum. Okay, so this tympanum acts as an amplifier. Okay, so this will amplify the sound and send it to your inner ear. Okay, so tympanum is a membranous thing, so it vibrates. Okay, so whatever the auditory signals, auditory impulses you're receiving, it will go and hit your tympanum. Tympanum will amplify. Okay, and it passes through your malleus, incus and stapes, wherein further amplification will happen. Okay, so now from this, the place wherein the stirrup is entering your cochlea is called as, this region is called oval window. Okay, so from the external ear through the middle ear, the impulses are reaching the inner ear. Okay, so in the inner ear, the concept is little different. Till here, the entire transmission is happening through your air. Okay, the sound signals are only transmitted. But here, the signals are transmitted in the fluid. Okay, so let's see in detail about your inner ear. Okay, so now, if you see the inner ear, okay, you have an you have two types of labyrinths. Okay, one is your, imagine you have bony labyrinth. Okay, this is your bony labyrinth, in the sense it will be little hard. So bony labyrinth, this is your bony labyrinth, and bony labyrinth is filled by a fluid called as perilymph. Okay, so in between your bony labyrinth, you have this region. This is your membranous labyrinth. and this is filled by your fluid called as endolymph. So you have bony labyrinth, the fluid inside bony labyrinth is your perilymph, and fluid inside membranous labyrinth is your endolymph. So bony is inside the end. So bony labyrinth is inside your membranous labyrinth. So if you technically see, this is your bony, this is your perilymph, this is your membranous, this is your endolymph. So this kind of structure, imagine it is rolled. Okay, this like this a long tube is there. Okay, I'm rolling the tube like this. I'm just rolling it the tube like this. So that will result in the formation of cochlea. Okay, so if you see the cochlea's cross section, I will have outside the bony labyrinth and inner will be the membranous labyrinth. So that is how the cochlea's cross section will be. Okay. Now there are two membranes which will divide this cochlea into three regions. Okay. One is okay. These two are the membranes which are dividing my cochlea into three regions. Okay. So this membrane is called as Resiner's membrane, and this membrane is called as basilar membrane. Okay, so the Resiner's and basilar is dividing the area into three regions, right? One is scalar vestibule. This is scalar media, and this is scalar tympani. Okay, so these are the three areas. So what is the importance of this area is that my organ of Corti, okay, so the organ of Corti is the main organ for hearing. Okay, so inside the cochlea, the transmission is happening in the form through the perilymph and endolymph. Okay, and they will have their functional units, that is nothing but the organ of Corti, which is this. Okay, so on this organ of Corti, if you see here, this is your basilar membrane. Okay, so what happens is here you have tiny hair cells here. Okay, and you have a plate called as tectoral plate here. Okay, so whatever vibrations here you're amplified and whatever you're receiving here will move in the hair cells. Okay, so this movement of the hair cells is captured by the plate present here called as tectoral plate or tectoral membrane. Okay, and through the hair cells and tectoral membrane, the impulse is transmitted to the brain through your auditory nerve. Okay, so I repeat, this is your organ of Corti. You have Resiner's membrane and basilar membrane. Okay, so on your basilar membrane, the organ of Corti is located. You have tiny hair cells here. So whatever impulses you're receiving, it will move in your hair cells, and that will in turn vibrate your tectoral plate, and through the tectoral plate, the impulse is transmitted. The tectoral plate finally transmits the impulse to the brain, okay, through the auditory nerve. So this is how the hearing is happening. So if you see, outer ear conduction through air sound signals, middle ear amplified sound signals, but inner ear through the fluids, that is nothing but the perilymph and endolymph. Okay, so ear is also an important organ in maintaining your body balance, because I told you this eustachian tube is connected to your throat. Okay, so if one of your ears are blocked, so you will find little difficulty in balancing the body, because this is connected to your food pipe. So that will add on to the overall balance of your body. Okay, so you have the sensory organs which are present here are called as statoliths. Okay, and otoliths are the sensory cells of your ear. Statoliths are the sensory cells for maintaining your balance. Okay, so that is why human ear plays an important role in maintaining the body balance and also in the process of hearing.